Hello everyone. So the final paper number 6 IBS is over. Of course, it's time to relax. But then, as I get the feedback from a lot of students, the paper appeared to be quite lengthy, and because it was lengthy, and it became difficult for a lot of students. Now, the reason why it became difficult was time was not sufficient. Now, if I look at the paper, it is single spacing, 20 pages. To read 20 pages to extract information, on an average each page takes 2 to 3 minutes, so 1 hour of time is gone there itself. So a lot of students face this issue. If you face the difficulty, you were not the only one. There were a lot of other students who faced timing related issues, which made this paper difficult. And the usage of English is very heavy. A lot of text heavy paragraphs have been given. That also has made this question paper quite complicated, including options. So I'll show you some examples where it has been difficult, and this gives us a lesson on how to, how you would be preparing if you're writing in May 25. If you are a May 25 student, what you should be doing. Then coming to marks distribution. Now there is a lot of variation in marks. If you say, for example, FR is 24, IDT is 28, right? These are the two major papers that has been subject that has been tested. But then unexpected, like AFM is less. SCM, based on the case study digest, I was expecting more weightage to SCM, but that did not happen. So largely focus. So if you're good at FR, or if you're writing group 2, and if your DT IDT was good, then you would have had a slight advantage. Now coming to specific questions, I'm not giving a full-fledged solution. I will try to get the solutions from the respective faculty, and we'll upload them if possible. But now if you look at some questions, how they have tested, like for example, this question on provision, Index 37, it was a conceptual question. It was a conceptual question where you were expected to know what happens if there are two outcomes, what happens when there are multiple outcomes, which rate to use. Do you use the risk free rate? Do you use the applicable rate? Do you discount? Do you not discount? So many concepts in a single question they have packed in. So because of this, if you had forgotten the concepts, or if you are finding it difficult to search for the concept, these type of questions might have been difficult, because whether to use expected value or whether to use the single best outcome. Now in this case, it is single best outcome, most likely outcome possible, because there is a single outcome, yes or no, only one case. If you have a range of outcomes, that is when you use multiple expected values and you do the calculation, right? Then this one on government grant, in relation to the loan given and all of that. So again, a very good question. This is, most of the students would have been able to handle this question, right? Then coming to questions on GST. Now some of the questions on GST were more conceptual, right? Conceptual in the sense real life application is what I could see. Some questions were like income from other sources. Now this, if I know there are complex ways in which they have presented the information, but was manageable kind of a thing. And as far as strategic cost management is concerned, what I got a feedback from students is those questions were just changed in numbers and picked up from the study material itself. Surprisingly, they gave the tax rates also. So here the work becomes slightly easy. But anyways, you have the book with you, so even if they don't give the tax rate, you will be able to manage that, right? Now some questions, when I discussed with Sriram, a question, I'll just mention that to you. Question number 4. Yeah, this 4.3, I think he mentioned the answer as 1. Now this is one question which has been picked up from the depth. So in day-to-day reading, you would have maybe ignored this or read it only once, right? So that is how they have picked it. Then this is a straightforward question. Then there was a question on disclosures. What a lot of students told me, that when they asked question on disclosure, Ind AS 38 related disclosures, I'm just searching that. I think it was question number 3, because I was not gone through it fully. So yeah, no, so this was an error, question number 3. Just a moment. Question paper. One page is missing. Just a moment. So here, see the question. The general disclosures to be made in the financial statement relating to such intangible asset. Now these kind of questions can actually help you score marks because you just need to pick up the disclosures and write the answer, right? So some questions are tricky, some questions are lengthy, but some questions are also scoring. And yes, I completely understand. In a stressful examination scenario, it is not so easy, right? You are running through a lot of books and all of that. So lessons for students who are writing subsequently is that revise thoroughly, be conceptually clear, get to know what concept is given where in the material. That is what will help you to crack this kind of paper. On an average, a lot of students have found it difficult, and I also agree. In a 4-hour examination scenario, such a lengthy paper with so many concepts tested, this was one of the toughest paper, I would say. And this time, entire set from right from FR till IBS, I don't think we got any relaxation either. Questions where information was missing, or questions where information was vague, right? Or question where the questions were incorrect, correct? So those things have happened, and let's see what the results come. Next 2 months, now exams are over. Focus, continue with your articleship if you are pursuing. If you have completed your articleship and then writing the examination, start looking for some upskilling courses, start preparing for interviews and all of that. What results come in January is dependent on multiple factors because the question papers have generally been tough. So let us not take a decision today that I will pass or not pass unless your paper was very bad. I expect some kind of upscaling in the marks and results to be slightly better than what we are expecting. Okay, so thanks a lot for joining in, and rest for a couple of days and resume your work or resume your further upscaling, whatever you have to do. Thank you.